Welcome back to a Faster PC live support. I know you've been waiting all week for this show. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Get excited. This time, this is exciting. We're actually going to be helping people resolve their computer problems. We may help you resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772 340 1590, 772 340 1590, or you can head over to our Facebook or YouTube video. Either go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Go to YouTube. YouTube channel is kind of new, and we don't have as many likes over there, but get over there and you can watch the show there as well. Or you can head to our website at fasterpc.com. We have links to both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in its entirety. And you know what? If you're driving down the road, you're doing other things, you're not able to watch right now, you'll be able to watch the show in its entirety at your convenience after the show is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772 340 1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
That's right, and we are here, we're back, we are ready, we're fired up, ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your computer problems as well. So you want to give us a call here, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. You can also, again, head on over to our Facebook page or YouTube channel where you can not only hear the show, but also see the show, and you'll be a part of it. And you can type your questions into the comment section there as well. Of course, we will be talking about some of the things that we've been seeing lately, some of the threats, some of the technical issues that people have been experiencing. And of course, we will be here to answer your questions. And by the way, your questions don't necessarily need to be about any particular topic that we are talking about. So if we're talking about cybersecurity, if we're talking about threats or anything like that, we can actually help you out with that. So one thing, I don't know, we are getting on the from one of the stations, we're getting some noise coming through. If you guys could mute that. But anyway, we're here. We're ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve computer problems as well. So give us a call. It's probably I just resolved it, Cliff. So it wasn't you, but anyway, we're here. We're ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve computer problems and technology problems as well. You know, after a few weeks ago, after the show was over, we got a call from one of our clients, and she had been on the phone with Comcast and HP for a day and a half, I believe, to try to resolve an issue where her printer that was connecting wirelessly to the Comcast modem wasn't working properly. And I spent some time on the phone with her. Within about 15, 20 minutes, got her to a place where she could print, but she was still having some problems. So we came out there, and it was interesting. She said, I can't believe it. I spent a day and a half on the phone with Comcast and HP trying to resolve this, and here in 20 minutes or so, we have this. I'm printing again. And I said, well, you called the wrong people. So when she called a Faster PC, we solved her computer and her technology problem there. The problem with printing, we did still need to come out there. And what we found when we came out there, it was a little bit odd there. When we came out there, what we found is that her modem, the wireless just wasn't working. And by the way, my initial thought on this, and the reason I think what we initially said was, I initially said, well, I have seen some printers that are having a problem connecting to the wireless. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes they'll drop out. So try to connect if the printer has an Ethernet cord, try to connect that way. So she had a cord that was long enough, she was able to connect it, and that got her printing. When I came out there, though, my laptop was about 5 feet from the Comcast modem. And this, by the way, wasn't an old modem. This was their new style business modem. They've only really had this. I've seen it out there in some of our customers' offices, maybe for the last year or two. So it's not the older style that is very similar to what you see in a residential environment. This is a newer style modem, and it actually only is Comcast typically only installs this when they have a higher end speed tier that the customer is paying for. So what we found with this, though, is that my laptop, when it was about 5 feet away from the modem, I'll switch over to a full screen just to show you. So you go down to the lower right-hand corner, as long as the taskbar is on the bottom. I know some of you guys sometimes get your taskbar moved to the left or the right or the top, and most of you don't know how it got there. But if you look here, you'll either have near the clock, or there's an arrow that expands some hidden icons, and you'll have if your computer has a wireless connection and you're connected, you will have a wireless symbol there, and it'll have a dot and 3 waves. And the if only the dot is lit up solid, then that means that you're getting about 1/4 signal strength. If the dot and the next line is lit up, you're getting about 50%, and so on. If all of them are lit up, you're getting about 100%. Right now, I'm sitting probably 8 to 10 feet away from our router here at a faster PC, and I'm getting full signal strength, which I should. I could probably even go a ways away and still have strong signal strength. I was 5 feet away from this modem, and I had half signal strength. And the customer was connected with her iPhone if she was standing right next to the modem, but if she moved about 10 feet away, her phone would not connect to the wireless network. And the thing is, the printer was about maybe six feet away. So, the signal strength was just not strong enough for whatever antennas are in that printer. What we did is we installed, we said, well, you can go back to Comcast, you can get a modem, replacement modem. This modem has obviously failed. You can get a replacement modem, and things might work out better for you. Or we can put in a we can go ahead and install a new router with Wi-Fi 6 capability. Your wireless will be fast, and you're not gonna have issues here. So that's what she opted for. We put in the Wi-Fi 6. I think we actually took off the wireless out of the Comcast modem. It wasn't working anyway, and they weren't going to use it. So we went ahead and configured the router, configured it so that one of the network names, or so that the network name that it used was one of the network names that the customer was using. And lo and behold, their printer was able to connect, their cameras were able to connect, the customer's phone was able to connect, the computers that were connected wirelessly were able to connect. And, it's things like that. Sometimes, when you're dealing with someone that's on the phone that's not actually there, that's not remoting into the system, that doesn't really see what's going on, it can be a little bit tricky. If they were remoting, like we can remote into their systems. So if we were remoting into one of their systems that was connecting wirelessly, we would have seen that the signal strength is very, very, very low, and that it really shouldn't be that low. So for whatever reason, the wireless on that modem was just failing. We were able to resolve the issue by installing a new router. Again, the customer could have gotten a new modem, but then you get a new modem. What are you gonna have? You're gonna have a different wireless network name. It's gonna need to be configured. It's gonna need to be set up. It could be configured for the same wireless network name. Then that's what we like to do. We like to configure the the router. That's why we configured the router with the same network name they already had. Why? Because they have wireless security cameras that are automatically going to connect. A lot of people have a lot of devices, smart thermostats, smart TVs, smart um, smart doorbells. You know, the Ring doorbell or some other type of doorbell. Smart, these security cameras. There's all kinds of different devices out there. Smart outlets. There's all kinds of devices out there that connect to the internet today, and we like to make it as seamless as possible. And one of the things when even if you get, let's say, a Comcast tech or another tech that comes out, they don't always necessarily. First of all, they're being paid for the job, and so making your life easier is not really number one on their priority list. The number one on their priority list is getting the job done and getting out of there so that they can get paid. And of course, we try to make it easy for you. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and streamed live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here, we're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC. This is Brian Longworth, host of a Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, a Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a Faster PC, or a Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftEnd support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC Radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page. Or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to help you resolve your computer problems, ready to help you resolve your technical problems as well. And we can help you with this. We do this for a lot of our customers. I mean, we have a diverse group of customers, from small businesses to doctors' offices to attorneys to professionals, accountants, homeowners associations, to individual users. And some of those users have businesses or nonprofits that they're running, and some of them are retired, and some people are working and need their computer for work. We help. We even have some customers that are blind. I'm not just talking about legally blind. I'm talking about totally blind, and they actually read, or they have a program that reads the screen for them. And I was helping out one of those customers yesterday, who is blind. He also does, by the way, ham radio, and he uses the computer. We had one blind customer that actually played a racing game, a race car game on his computer. Now, it was a very different race car game because it was made for blind people. It was total auditory. There was nothing on the screen, just a blank black screen when he was playing it. But he knew what keys to press and how to do it, and he had a fun time with it. But we can help, and we're here to help you. We're here to answer your computer and technology questions. One of the things that we have seen quite a bit, we've seen it really in the last several years, but it has been ramping up more and more and more, is the various scams that happen out there. Some of them happen from they launch from an email, some of them from a website. You might actually go to, let's say you're at a website, and you get something that pops up that says that your computer is infected, and we need to do something. Call this number to correct the issue. And they actually will say sometimes that they'll make it seem like they're Microsoft. And I think what they're saying probably is that they're a Microsoft partner, or they're a Microsoft solution provider or something like that. Well, all you have to do anyone that has you really don't even have to have a huge amount of technical skills to be a Microsoft partner. You just go to their website, you apply, you take a test, If you fail the test, you take it again. If you fail it, you take it again. It's kind of like what some schools do, um, to help their students pass. Um, but we've seen this. We've seen they make themselves, and they may not even be a Microsoft partner. They're just they could just be saying that they are, but but they'll trick people into trusting them, calling the number. And again, it can happen through email also, where you see an email that says that you ordered something or your renewal for such and such a service is being renewed. I mean, we've gone over these. Um, I think I even have. Let me see, because I think I even have one of these that we haven't yet gone over on my computer. I actually took a screenshot of it. I didn't actually receive it in. I took it in through took it in through yeah. So here it is. I It came in through my spam filter. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch over to a full screen to actually show you this. And I'll verbally describe for those that are just listening on the radio. But just know you can go over to our Facebook or YouTube channels and you can watch this at your convenience. But this came in, and it's from Team Geek Squad. Now you would think that, by the way, Geek Squad is a Best Buy company. It's Best Buy's group of support technicians. And um, if I were really getting, and this is what I want to just help train you, because if I were really getting an email from the Geek Squad, it would make sense that it would come from bestbuy.com. But if I look at the address that this is coming from, the email address this is coming from, it's coming from GBill, and the email, well, that's what it says. And then the email address is sarahparent72965@gmail.com. Most likely, the scammers actually hacked into this email account and changed the name and are sending out scam messages trying to trick people into giving them a call. And so that's going to be your first clue. And I want you to encourage you, when you receive an email, first of all, think about things. Did I sign up for this service? Does it make sense that I would be charged for this service? Does it make sense that I would be auto renewed for a service that I never subscribed to? So think about and ask yourself some of these questions. You have to be critical, and you have to really start out assuming that the email is a scam. Don't assume that the email is legitimate. You want to start out, even, hey, listen, I'm an optimist, but I can tell you, you want to start out assuming that everyone is trying to scam you. I typically look at the best. I typically think the best of people. But when I receive an email, I'm thinking that that's a scam. I'm not thinking, well, it's probably legitimate. I'm thinking it's probably a scam. The second thing you want to look for is you want to look for the email address. Again, does it come from a legitimate email? If it was really Geek Squad, they would, don't you think that Best Buy has their own domain name? Yes, it's bestbuy.com. And I don't know whether Geek Squad has their own domain name or not, but but really what we're looking at here is the email says that it's coming from, it doesn't even claim to come from Best Buy. By the way, they could actually configure, and it's possible scammers can configure an email that maybe it's using sarahparent7 whatever at gmail.com, but they can actually say it's coming from bestbuy.com. Maybe they could say it's coming from Geek Squad at bestbuy.com. And that is what they're doing, is they're impersonating a business when they do that. In this case, they're impersonating a business. They're just not doing a very good job of it. They're telling you that they're sending from a gmail.com address. Now, Best Buy, I guarantee you, they have the capability of sending from their own domain. They don't need to send from Gmail. So that's a red flag right there. to tell you that this is a scam. It's not legitimate. And then you see here, going on into the body of the email, the annual charge of $425.94 is auto-debited from the nominated payment method. And that's another thing. When you read these messages and you start seeing some weird words that don't quite make sense, it's a good indication that the message was typed in another language and was then translated into English, and the person that sent it doesn't know English well enough to know that we wouldn't use a word like nominated. I mean, you wouldn't say nominated payment method. I mean, that's ridiculous. No one that speaks English as their native language or even a second language would use that phrase. So that's another clue that this is a scam. And it says nominated payment methods and updated account funds. Now, one thing that's interesting here, first of all, I just want to mention the Team Geek Squad. So this is a service from Team Geek Squad coming to a computer technician. Now, I really don't need the Geek Squad to fix my computer or to provide any services for my computer. For me, I know that this is a scam just right off the bat, but again, I'm showing you how you as an end user can actually tell that this is a scam. It's not coming from bestbuy.com. It's not coming from an official domain name. They're not even pretending to come from an official domain name. And then they're using weird language, such as nominated payment method. It doesn't make any sense. And it says to manage the payment preference or update the plan, contact us now. That's what they're hoping that you'll do. They're hoping that you'll call them up and complain. And what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We made a mistake. We need to log into your computer to correct this." And I can't tell you how many people we see every week that come into our shop that trust them. And really, I understand many of these people are older people. And listen, if you're older, you come from a generation where you could trust people, where when someone said something, in fact, you could actually settle a contract by shaking hands. You could say, the person that's going to do the work could say, I'm going to do it for this much money. The person that's going to pay for the money they could say, okay, I accept that. They could shake hands, and the person would actually show up on time. They would do the work. They would do a good job. They might even do extra work, and the person that was agreeing to pay them would pay them. And that's the way things happen most of the time. You could trust people. In today's world, especially when you're dealing with a form of communication where you really have no idea where this person is located, what country they're from, whether you're not seeing them, you're not meeting them, you don't know if they actually are actually work for the Geek Squad or not. You have no way other than I've pointed out some ways that you can actually determine this and try to determine and try to count this, but if they made a billing mistake, think about this again. If they made a billing mistake, why would they need to log into your computer to correct the issue? Is your computer is their billing system on your computer? No, their billing system would be on their computer, not on your computer. But what they'll do is they'll get into your computer and they'll say, well, we're finding all kinds of problems here. We need to charge you, we need to pay you a certain amount of money or charge you a certain amount of money to resolve these problems. And there are people that fall for these are scams. And you don't want to fall for it. Another thing that we see that they're doing is, first of all, I know that a lot of you save your passwords in your browser. So your web browser, maybe Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, you go to a bank website, you log in, and what's the first thing that's going to happen? You're going to see a pop-up that's going to ask you, do you want to save this username and password? Well, I know that there's a percentage of you that'll click yes or no without even reading the message. You don't even know what you just clicked yes or no to. But I know other people will say, I hate usernames and passwords. I'm going to click yes because I don't want to type it again. I don't want to remember what it is. I don't want to securely record what this is. I don't want to create a password protected file to keep track of all my usernames and passwords, or have a password manager that keeps track of all my usernames and passwords. So what happens with that is you have it say, well, you know what? If a hacker or scammer gets into your computer, what do you think is one of the first things they're going to look for? They're going to look for all your saved usernames and passwords. And if you've saved the username and password to your bank, watch out. We've seen some of them that they'll actually show you what looks like your bank account, and they'll show you, that the balance, and then they'll show you what they say is a refund, and the balance doubles. And then they say, oh boy, I made a big mistake. I'm going to get in big trouble for this. Please, I need you to go to the bank and get some money out, or I need you to go to the store and buy a gift card. For a lot of people, a red flag shows up in their head right then. But you don't have to wait until then. You can think critically. Is this a service that I subscribe to? Is this a service? And by the way, a lot of people don't know. We have a lot of customers that will contact us and they'll ask us, is this something that we subscribe to? They don't know. They don't have a clue. And we can help with that, by the way. If you aren't sure, if you don't know how, we've told you how, but if you're still not sure, you can give us a call and we can actually help you with that to show you what's true. You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. From the founding of our company, A Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to A Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean A Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. Yes, you do, and we are back. We're ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your computer problems as well. And we can actually help you with this. And we're going to the lines because we have Cameron on the line. Welcome to A Faster PC Radio, Cameron. How can we help you today?
Hey, sir. Hey, so I got to let you know that you've always been super friendly, and you've always been a good guy in the local area. A lot of other people respect you. So we did a little bit of digging on this browser hijacks when people come and to a website and it takes over.
Yes.
And we saw something interesting. About 2 weeks ago, we went to a new incognito window in Chrome, typed in facebook.com, like a misspelling of facebook.com.
Right. Yes.
And we saw the first link was a advertisement for facebook.com, and a paid advertisement for facebook.com. So we click on that, and immediately that took us to a browser hijack where, the Microsoft warning, your computer has been hijacked, all that thing.
Wow. Yeah, go ahead.
We tried this on multiple computers. Same result. Reported the ad. Now it's down. And looking at the source code for the page, there is comments all throughout the page on this does this, this does this, this does this. So it is a structured, templated attack.
Yeah, and we have seen attacks not only and it sounds like this obviously it's a page, and I don't know, I'm sure that a lot of people listening have probably, if you type the web address, you probably have mistyped a web address. I remember one time I went to Microsoft instead of Microsoft, and Microsoft eventually bought that name, but sometimes I found other names, and sometimes it's just a website that just doesn't get you where you want to go, or maybe it has an advertisement that actually takes you to the legitimate page. But it sounds like in this instance that the links were actually malicious links that were designed to take you to this message that tells you that your computer is infected, so that then you'll think, well, the message is telling me my computer's infected. I need to call this number to resolve it. And then what's going to happen is the scammers are going to get you into their system, or they're going to try to get you to let them into your system. And once they're in your system, boy, they can start finding your, they're going to show you some things that they're going to say, well, listen, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And a lot of times, most of what they're showing you is not really an issue. I mean, if you really had something wrong with your computer, I would encourage you, if it were my computer and I wasn't a computer technician, I would take it to someone that I could trust, or deal with someone I can trust, as opposed to someone that just put a message up. But people are believing, hey, this is really Microsoft that's coming on here saying this. And again, you have to you have to be skeptical when you see a message like this. We have seen these types of pop-up messages saying that your computer is infected. We've seen this from the Microsoft Start page, which means that there's an advertiser on Microsoft's page that is paying Microsoft money, and the server that is hosting the ad is infected. And this is something that a lot of people don't realize. The
Google AdSense
Yes.
and Bing, I believe what they're doing is they're putting a legitimate ad up, getting approved through the ads, and then doing a swap, and then it's circulating, and then they're not getting audited for another 3 months.
Right. And until the provider, and even if it's only a few days, they can do this, and they can scam. And I think we talked a few weeks ago about these scammers and hackers. They actually have a business model. Some people say, well, these people, why don't they just, get a business? Why are they doing this? They could make so much money. Well, they are making much money, and their chances of being prosecuted are, they have a better chance of winning the lottery or being struck by lightning than being prosecuted doing what they're doing. They're not operating in this country. They're not operating in a country that's going to prosecute them in most cases. And they have a business plan. And there's a percentage of their people that are working for these scammers that actually think they're working for a legitimate company. They have actually advertisers. They have people that are actually designing the emails and the ads that scam you. And some of those people don't even know that they're working for scammers. And so you have to be.
It's the sites that people are going to. Now, we've seen free recipes, free drivers,
Yes.
If it's free, nothing is free. So that's where people are commonly attacked.
Yes, but we have seen, like I said, we have seen this at Microsoft's website. We've seen it at CNN. We've seen it at Fox. We've seen it at major websites. And I even did a demonstration. And it's probably about 6 months ago, where I did a demonstration on this show where you take Microsoft Edge, which is Microsoft's browser, without protection plugins, and you actually do a search for the Microsoft login page. And the first option that came up was not the Microsoft login page, but was an ad for someone that wanted to sign you up to a service so that they could show you how to get to the Microsoft login page. So that tells you that Microsoft cares more about the 50 cents that they made, or whatever they made by that click, than they care about their customers and their security, the security of their customers. Because who would be looking for the Microsoft login page? Only a customer. And by the way, this was using the Bing search engine, which is a Microsoft search engine. So you have to realize the profit motive that is out there even has infected these major companies that should be trying to protect their customers. In so many cases, they're actually seeking profit over the protection of their customers. And what happens?
You to harden their operating system.
Yes.
I gotta go. God bless you, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you, Cameron. Yeah. So one of the things that does happen here, uh, scammers and hackers are always trying to get into websites to infect the website. Because if they can infect a website, then what they can do is, first of all, they can wreak havoc on that website, but they can also probably get in some cases, they can get in and actually install alternate websites that maybe host ads. They can also, uh, if they get into a web server that has, maybe it's a web server for a legitimate ad company. The ad company actually charges, sells ads, and then they go ahead and place those ads on various websites, and they get in and they infect that server. What they're going to do is they're going to start injecting infections into the image. This is something that, if I hadn't actually seen this, I really wouldn't believe it. But an image, and what are we talking about? An image. We're talking about it, a picture. We're talking about an ad. It could be a photo, but any type of image can be infected. And when an image is infected, what can happen when you get to that website that has that infected image that's displayed, you can get this type of browser hijack where a screen comes up. A lot of times it comes up full screen. There's no X to close it out. It's you hear audible. You can't there Most people don't know how to actually get rid of this. And we have, like I mentioned in the last segment, we do provide remote support. And if we already have set up remote support for your system, we can actually get into that system when one of these attacks is launched, and we can close that out, and we can scan your system, make sure everything is clean there. Now, if we haven't done that previous, we could actually instruct you how you can safely shut down your system. One of the ways that you want to do, one of the things you want to do, I'll switch over to a full screen. And again, I'll verbally describe this for those that are just listening on the radio. But we're going to go to a blank spot on the desktop. And you can get to your desktop by holding down the Windows key. That's the key that looks like a 4-pane window. Or if you have an older computer that came out during Windows 7, it might have a Windows flag logo on it. And it's typically to the left of the Alt key that's to the left of the space bar. So to the left of the space bar, you have the Alt key. To the left of that, you have the Windows key. Occasionally on some keyboards, I've seen it on the right side to the right of the Alt key. And I've seen keyboards that have WIN for that key because they didn't want to pay Microsoft whatever they charge for the logo. And then I've also seen ones that don't even have WIN, they just have a blank key. But anyway, you press the Windows key and you press D. That takes you out to the desktop. And so it's a blank spot on the desktop there. You want to right click on a blank spot, go up to personalize and left click. And from personalize, you're going to click on lock screen. This is, by the way, for Windows, Windows 10, Windows 11 is probably going to be very similar. But you're going to go to the lock screen. You're going to scroll down, and what we're going to do is actually scroll down to click on screensaver settings. You can also, another way to get here, hold down the Windows key and press R and type in Control. That'll take you to the control panel. Change to large icons, and then you can actually go to power settings. So let me see, power options. That's where we want to get to. Back on the previous way of getting there, from the screensaver, you have a link to change power settings. You can go ahead and click on change power plan, and then you want to click on change advanced power settings. From there, you want to go down and you want to look for power button settings. Now, by the way, Microsoft has actually moved this. It used to be here in the control panel. So depending on the version of your operating system, you may see power button options, and you can actually select that right there if you have that. Otherwise, you may have to go over here to back into search and just search for power button. And what you can do there is what you want to do is you want to set the power button so that when you press the power button, that the computer actually will shut down. And so that way you can actually quickly press the power button, safely shut down your system. And that will help you with doing that, and help you actually make sure that you're protecting yourself, so that you can safely shut down if you get one of those attacks. And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website of fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is, Should Fathers Have a Voice in Abortion? You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Before God created civil government, he created family. Before he created even the church, God created family. Families play a vital role in training the next generation. Commit today to nurturing and supporting families, especially your own. Families that are committed to God and each other can play a vital role in transforming our churches, cities, states,